Check.
Check.
Good.
Oh, I'm on another channel.
Yeah. Still trying to figure this all out. But yeah, you kind of got to be right on these mics, but you're good at that distance.
I figured out how to use these over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just done it a couple times.
No, you
People
touch
be
it
like,
and you go, oh, this is a cheap one. Jimmy didn't spend the money. This is a cheap. I should be right up on this.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. You have a $15 laptop.
Yeah, you know.
You're running this on a shoestring budget, buddy.
I really am.
Yeah.
Look at this camera. That's pretty nice, right?
Yeah. Polaroid. I haven't seen those in decades.
It
You have a
says-
4K Polaroid.
It says 4K. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe somebody drew that on there when I got it off of Facebook Marketplace, but
I mean, you're recording in 1080p anyway, so it doesn't matter.
True.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it. Welcome to Back of the Room. My guest today is a very funny stand-up comedian who I've been working with at the Westport Funny Bone this weekend. Check out his 3 albums, Touche, How to Be an Audience, and Man in the Suit. Also visit his website, RyanStout.com, and follow him on at Stout Cider on Instagram. It's Ryan Stout.
Don't follow me on Instagram.
Okay.
Why
not
would
an
you?
Instagram guy?
I can't even. I mean, Instagram was the one where we had done so many social media sites already, and people had migrated away. When Instagram came along, I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And then the only reason I started doing it was because I met this girl, and we traveled to New York. We traveled to Paris, London. We were like palling around doing things, and she's posting on Instagram, and she wants to tag me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't use this anyway, so nobody knows this is here. Fine, tag me. Up to that point, every social media thing ever had been like business oriented.
Yeah.
But Instagram, I was like, they're just gonna move on to another thing, and then they did. They moved on to TikTok,
Yeah.
and then people are in Instagram still, but it's old millennials like me.
Yeah.
They
I
stuck
don't-
with it while the new generation went TikTok.
I don't get it, man. But yeah, if there's somewhere else you'd prefer, MySpace or anywhere else, I don't know where they can.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know.
look.
Just
I'm glad you said the albums. If they find me on Spotify or
Yeah.
Apple Music or wherever else, like that's really I always thought show business was going to be like I get to hide in the green room. The curtain opens. I come out. I tell the audience exactly what I want to tell them. I get to reveal what I want to reveal or not reveal what I don't want to reveal and
Yeah.
create a show. It's a show. I put a lot of work into making a show for all of you. And instead people went, no, I want to know just about your whole life. And I really don't care if the show's that great. And that's what they've done. They've gravitated toward comedians now where they're like, oh, I know everything about this person's life. I know about their mental illnesses. I know about their therapy sessions. I know about their cats. I know about X, Y, and Z. And then when I go to see them do stand-up, I'm really just pulling for them. And you go, why?
Yeah.
Why are you pulling for them? That's not how this is supposed to work. You're supposed to go to the show and be like, I don't know what's going to happen. And then the comedian makes you laugh.
Yeah.
So I like when people go to like Spotify or find my albums and they're like, I have no idea what this guy's about. All right, let's listen. And if the stats are correct, people listen and then listen some more and some more and some more. And I go, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to impress you as a stranger. You're not supposed to be my fan before I've done anything.
Exactly.
But that's where we're at as a
Yeah.
culture. People have fans before they've done anything.
Yeah.
A girl said "Hak Tua" into a mic.
Yeah.
And then ripped off people for millions of dollars is how I understand it.
That's I mean the business model now. You just
Yeah.
gotta have the Haktua of comedy.
It used to be called a flash in the pan,
Mhm.
but now it's called like the opportunity to fleece
Yeah.
people for millions and then retire on an island.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody's ready for it. Everybody's ready for their big chance to be like, now's my opportunity to act like a complete piece of shit and just rake in as much money as possible. Because otherwise, I have to do a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that. So,
I hear you, man. We talked about the state of comedy a little bit. We went to Denny's the other night. Thanks
don't
for.
tell them that. We don't do the back.
Oh, we don't do the
back of the
backstory?
stage thing.
It's back of the
No,
room.
you don't tell
Back of
them
the-
what I
oh.
eat.
Okay.
I can't believe you read that intro, by the way. You couldn't remember that stuff?
Oh,
Oh my
man.
God. This is your fucking, you took the time to write it down. You could have just been like, I'll say he's got 3 albums, RyanStout.com.
Yeah.
Funny comic, here he is, Ryan Stout. But you're like, I want to get this right.
I wanted to nail it, man.
This
I had to
is
get
his
all the
second
names
appearance.
Right. Yeah, it is. Thanks again.
So
for
we
coming
got to
back.
get on here.
Yeah, you're the first second timer.
Oh my God, I'm a fool.
Scott James popped back once, and he did it before, but I don't really count that because he wasn't invited.
And he walked out halfway through, didn't he?
Yeah. But, thanks for being here.
Yeah, of course.
But, yeah, man, you're in California.
Why do you think the podcast isn't doing well?
I don't have a Hawk Tuah myself.
I think you should really, instead of trying to get it right, I think you should just start attacking the guest.
Okay.
Like whoever it is, just as soon as they sit down, like
ambush.
Really just kind of like get in there and be. Listen, everybody, we're on the Jimmy Day podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Stout. My guest today, Jimmy Day, he's a talented comedian. He's a safety inspector. Here he is, Jimmy Day. Now, safety inspector, that's a tough job. You have to be smart to do that. That's what Homer Simpson does.
Yeah.
You have to be a really intelligent guy to be doing that. How long you been doing that?
You gotta have role models. I've been doing it like, I don't know, 10, 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And people watching, they can look at you and they go, all right, this guy doesn't get a lot of pussy. Right? And so that brings up a good comedic question, which is like, do you your process, do you jerk off before the show or do you save it as like a reward system? Because some people think the testosterone, you want to like keep it and build it up so you can put it out on stage and then maybe even roll the dice, maybe take like, a not so great St. Louis woman home after the show, maybe see her one time. But do you do it before or after?
I like to keep the audience guessing, so maybe they can tell. Maybe if the show's a little better, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, maybe it's a little worse.
Right.
I'd like to mix it up.
And see how much more interesting this is, where I'm attacking you and you're giving pieces of your process away. I mean,
people love that.
You got to unload on people.
Anytime you can divide people and just get a
you need that
discussion
thing
going.
like they're your guest. You don't want them to walk out.
Yeah.
So you can't be a complete piece of shit, but I mean, really.
That's not bad.
You can't be nice to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good t-shirt. I'm glad you dressed up for the show. You wore a Shelby t-shirt. You're a car guy.
Yeah. I can't
When
compete,
was your first
man.
Shelby?
My dad had one, actually, but I can't afford one.
But I mean, you rode around in it.
Yeah.
You worked on it probably.
Yeah. I mean, I was just a little kid, but it was pretty awesome. That's great advice, though. I might go that way. I'll have to figure out who I'm going to attack next.
Everybody.
Yeah, okay.
I used to do this. I had this show. Mark Cuban had a little TV network for a while called Access TV.
Okay.
And the flagship show was called Access Live. And it was like 1 hour every afternoon. And it just talked about all the entertainment things kind of happening all over the place. And I hosted that show for a few months. And I always had like cards for the guests.
Mm-hmm.
They would show up to their dressing room. There would be a card with their name on it and a little thing inside, thanks for being here. Excited to have you. But always, just a little jab at them a little bit.
There you go.
And I think I was having these two dancers on from, So You Think You Can Dance or Dancing with the Stars, something like some sort of partner type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in the green room. And what I did was in the cards to her, I was like, I'm so excited to have you. I'm not so excited about the fella, but what can you do? I'm probably going to focus on you and talk to you. So if it gets weird, just understand it's because I don't like him. And then in his card, I wrote the exact opposite, that I think she's kind of bitchy, but you and I seem to be on the same page. And then what I did was in the envelopes, I switched the cards.
Oh, nice.
So they opened the card and got to see the bad thing that I was saying about them. And then they got to compare notes. And then they sit down, and I've already gutted them a little bit.
Yeah.
They understand, like, hey, this is going to be,
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen here. You figure your shit out as we go.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good.
William
good way to do
Shatner
it.
was a guest.
Okay.
William Shatner, he picked up the vibe. You know how I know? Because he started heckling. Like, he's off camera watching. I mean, it's probably 40 minutes till his interview, and he's just standing behind like the camera number one, just yelling out. And I'm like, Shatner, are you heckling me? How's the show going? It's not great. All right, he's 80. We're gonna see him really soon here. Talk about his horses or whatever. You know what he's known for, horses. Fun interview. Yeah.
What
I
is
always
that?
like that
Why did you
idea.
ask him why he talks so weird? Like when he's
I don't know. I mean, I only had 5 minutes, and he has he does have a particular cadence, but I think a lot of people have a particular cadence. In the old days of like movies, you really kind of needed that. You think about Jack Nicholson, the way he talks, Christopher Walken. That's why you had so many people who would do impersonations of celebrities, because all the celebrities were so unique.
Yeah.
Today, the celebrities all sound the same. Like you can't do a Sydney Sweeney impersonation because she doesn't have like a unique cadence or voice. She speaks the same way that a lot of people speak.
Yeah.
So you kind of go, okay, so you guys, all the celebrities sound kind of alike.
You could do a Hawk Tuah impression though.
Do you know what they have though? They have different looks. They have a
Yeah.
different image,
Yeah.
and that's for Instagram.
Yeah.
It's because everybody's visually following them that way, not listening to their voice.
Mhm.
And oddly enough, I was watching this thing that to be like a young pop star now, almost at the beginning of your career, you have to pick a color and be like, all right, that's the color we're going with from here on out. What color is Taylor Swift? What color?
Red.
That's completely right. Yes.
I don't know how I knew that, but
Exactly.
So
and
they
that's
just-
what they want out of you. They want you to know, like,
So they
oh,
pick it
that's-
for their wardrobes and their promotions and
their
everything.
accent colors on their albums, and you
Huh.
just grow to associate. I mean, Taylor Swift, that red lipstick, there's a clear choice.
Yeah.
I think Billie Eilish might be like lime green.
That sounds right. I don't
that lime green?
know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right to me though.
Yeah. And it only applies, strangely enough, to like young women. I think because their fan base is young women who
Yeah.
are on Instagram. If you're a young dude, you have to take your shirt off.
Yeah.
Nobody cares what color you're associated with. You have to have abs.
Yeah.
That's how you get people showing up to the show.
Could we bring it over to comedy? Could I pick a new color?
No, you need abs. You're fucked.
That's not
You
going
are
to happen.
completely fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to lose a little weight, but I'm not going to get to abs.
And by the way, we know comics who, they show off their abs on Instagram and then
Yeah.
got a following.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. People are very visual now.
Yeah.
And stand-up comedy was never supposed to be visual. It was
Yeah.
always albums took off because they were auditory.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I liked about it. Almost like a theater of the mind type thing.
Yeah.
People are telling these stories of things that happened to them, and you're kind of like, did that really happen? Did it not happen? Did it happen that way? Is there embellishment? Like, what's going on here? Who cares? It's fun. You laugh and you move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not what people want these days. I actually got a thing I was thought about.
Okay.
I'll run it by you.
Back to the cards. Great.
Back to the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember all
Yeah,
this.
you got a little safety net.
Yeah.
This is the Safety Net Podcast with Safety Inspector Jimmy Day.
Stand-up's kind of devolved into 30-second clips and 1-minute sets on Kill Tony. I got a new thing. It's gonna just shoot my career right to the top. I'm gonna do 1 second post.
1 second post. Okay.
So one word.
It's just your cock.
I'm not gonna get a lot of followers on that probably, but
Yeah.
just one word of a one-liner. So if you stick around for 10, 15 days, you could
get
put
the
it
whole
all
thing.
together. You could just flip and,
Yeah.
other day.
Uh-huh.
And then, is that anything? I mean,
I mean,
not one-liners, one word or...
one word.
Yeah, I don't
You're
know.
reinventing the whole genre, really trying to, parse it down.
Yeah.
It's hard to say if that's a thing or not. Ultimately, I don't think stand-up comedy devolves based on what the audience wants. Because painting doesn't devolve based on what the audience wants. Poetry doesn't devolve based on what the audience wants. It devolves based on how competition garners popularity.
Mm-hmm.
And so while the audience seems to be responding right now to 1-minute clips, 30-second clips, I actually think we're even past that. I think the audience has grown used to that because by the time it gets to agents in Hollywood telling new clients, like, here's the roadmap. You're going to put crowd work clips up on Instagram of just you in the crowd doing whatever. And then you gain a following because the algorithm helps you gain a following. And then you tour around and then you work on your material. And then we do a special. And then that's how we get into TV. But TV's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no springboard into TV. And touring only works if you're good at it. You're only good at it after years of practice.
Yeah.
Like, nobody puts together that, like, oh, Louis C.K., Bill Burr, they turn over their act every year because they had 20 years worth of practice.
Yeah.
They think that, like, the industry really thinks that, oh, if we could just get a young comic who's 3-4 years in and they can get popular and start touring, they'll be able to turn over their act in the next year. No, they don't have the skill.
But some people don't care. It doesn't seem like they could be like, oh, Hawk 2 is going to be here. I'm going to go see that.
Yeah.
Just because they're dumb, I guess.
Well,
but,
and they will go one time.
yeah, but why would you even go the one time? How would you think that they could fill an hour
Right.
of a show?
Yeah. I think for me, what it comes down to is that myth. One of the biggest myths at the heart of stand-up comedy, it comes from a very natural place, which is literally everybody knows what it's like to tell a joke, to say something funny at the right moment and get people to laugh. Now, usually the people they're making laugh is their friends and family, coworkers. Even if there's people like, they remember doing it in like history class in school and they don't remember the names of some of the people and they go, oh, they're kind of strangers. Yeah, but you're a cohesive group.
Yeah.
Like you all understand the parameters of what's going on. I hate it when somebody's on the mic on like a Southwest flight and, they're like, don't leave anything in the seat pocket unless it's a 20 and then that's fine. You can leave that for me. And the crowd laughs and, they're all, and then once the safety demo's over, I'll hear somebody say, that was so, they should be a comedian. And I'm like, no, you're not understanding the context of where we are. Yeah. We're not expecting jokes, and then they're hitting us with jokes. Very different from stand-up, where the audience is sitting there going, we're expecting jokes now. So now you have to pull the rug out from under us while we know you're going to pull the rug out from under us.
Yeah.
Like we're expecting it, so you need to do the unexpected while we're expecting it. And we go, yeah, that's a different job. That's hard. But because people are used to it, the average person is used to the feeling of getting a laugh. And they know what it feels like. It's effortless. It's easy. It's spontaneous. It just comes to you. It's like, sent by the gods.
Magic, yeah.
Yeah, it's magic.
Yeah.
And so they go, well, that's what it was like for me. That's my experience. So obviously, that's what the stand-up comedian does. It's not a real job. It's effortless. They don't write. It's spontaneous. It's just fun. You just go up and you just have fun. Just be funny. How many times have you heard that? Just be funny. And you go, oh, you think it's a state of being? No, I'm performing for strangers who don't know me. They have no reason to like me. I have to make them listen and make them like me and do the unexpected while they're expecting it. And I have to do it again and again and again for an hour.
Yeah.
Whereas you, average person, you get a laugh. People laugh and you go, that was funny. I'm going to coast on that one for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
And then you shut up. Like people literally have and by the way, they're smart enough that if they were ever asked like, hey, how does stand-up comedy work? Let's go really slow, step by step. They could get it right. I believe everybody's smart enough. If you slow them down, the problem is their instincts speed them up. And their instincts tell them, oh, no, this is easy. I've been there. I've gotten laughs. And so ultimately, while the audience is in that mindset, what gets them out to the show, whether it's 30-second clips or 1-minute clips or a full Netflix special or a podcast, it's going to just change.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with the state of the art of stand-up comedy. The only people monitoring the state of the art of stand-up comedy are other comedians. And anytime that we talk about it, like we are right now, people go, no, that's not right.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear him tell me about comedy. He's just bitter.
He's jealous.
And you go,
yeah.
What do you mean I'm bitter? I'm telling you that I just told you you're funny and you're smart and you could get it right if you really thought about it. That's not bitter. That's me giving into the idea that, the audience wants to believe like we decide what's funny. And I go, yeah, that's the game.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting you on that. That is the game. But the audience chooses differently from your personal taste. And then you say, well, the audience is wrong. And the comedian goes, no, the audience always decides. Well, then you're a hack. No, this is the rule. The audience decides. Yeah. You told me the rule. And so it's this just a different level of how do you gauge what success looks like? And comedians gauge success based on watching somebody tell a joke. And then we go, oh, that's very good. And why do we say that? Billions of reasons. And those reasons, if we were looking at paintings or poems or or music, those reasons would be called craft. But the audience doesn't know craft. The audience goes, do I like it or do I not like it?
Yeah.
That's entertainment. That's not art. And so you're always going to have this divide as long as the audience doesn't recognize craft, and as long as the audience think they know quality from not quality based solely on their personal taste, you're always going to have that rejection. And the only way to get rid of it is for the audience to actually say, oh, I'm going to relinquish some of my personal power to say, oh, the audience decides. Like when somebody sits in the audience as a human being and they go, I don't like this comedian, but everybody else seems to be enjoying it. So instead of getting upset, I'm going to get very interested and be like, oh, this is fascinating.
Yeah.
Why would they laugh at that? Oh, they liked that too. Why do they like that? When you're doing that and you're giving the comedian like the benefit of the doubt, well, now you're talking about comedy. Yeah. Now you're talking about craft. Now you're trying to get into the details of it. And it has nothing to do with what you like or don't like. But people want to say, no, I'm an audience member. I decide.
Singularly, yeah.
I know what it's like to be funny,
exactly.
and so I will decide what's funny, and I am the king, and these other people laughing are wrong. And you go, oh, that's just ego.
Yeah, there's no self-awareness there.
As long as the majority of the audience holds that ego, we're going to continue this fight of art versus entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just no way around it. And the funny thing is, the comedians who make it, they really want to re-rationalize it in their head. Well, I made it because I'm an artist. Oh, really? Who chose that? The people who just sit there and go, like it or not like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all jumped on board as the majority, and then they sell out places for you? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to understand that. I mean, we've seen it this weekend. You see one person, they're like, okay, well, they didn't like that joke, so they're going to talk or say something. Like, okay, well, most of the crowd liked it. 90% of them. And then, you don't like it, so you're going to do that. It's just, There's no self-awareness, or it's just, it's just strange. But, people never been to a comedy club. They see a clip of interactions, they're going to say something, and that's, that's
well, we've got a level of, we've talked about the alcoholism too.
Oh, yeah.
Alcohol lowers your inhibitions, and we know that. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you need a little booze to get up the courage to go do something you wouldn't normally do or whatever. But if you do that multiple times a day, every day, for years on end, well, then your brain's level of inhibition goes away completely. Like, you no longer have any filter.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you end up with these alcoholics in the audience who, if they have a thought, it's coming out their mouth.
Yeah.
And they think they're welcome to do that. And even when they're told they're not welcome, they can't stop themselves.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean they're bad people. It means they've deteriorated their brain. And you kind of go, I don't know how to deal with you while you ruin the timing of my show, but also give you the empathy you probably need because of whatever happened to you, that you're like, I have to drink excessively every day and fry my own brain cells.
Yeah.
By the way, did that AC that kicked on, that sounded like a motorcycle coming through the goddamn wall.
It's great for audio.
I was glad you were talking when it happened.
It's they'll hear it. They hear it all the time.
Should we pause and then get that room tone so you can eliminate it? Could we do like a clap? And then you'll find that in the audio.
Yeah.
And then let's do 10 seconds of room tone. And then the AI should be able to remove that, right?
I can ask him, but I'm not very good with it.
You're going to ask him?
Her?
Him?
It?
You
her? I don't know. What do I say? I don't know.
How do you add? Do you approach? Excuse me, could you please? I don't know if it's possible, AI, but if you find the kindness, I'd like the noise removed.
We'll see what happens. But I don't think it's normal for that noise to come on.
Am I wrong? Is the leg of that camera on the ground, or is it about to fall off the table?
It's pretty close to falling.
That's
But,
that's bad safety, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I think the noise of that AC kicking on just scooted it a little.
Moved the whole table over.
But it's a work in progress back here in the back of the room. Let's take a quick break. Come back with more Ryan Stout, everybody.
Okay.
Going back to the car. I'll get it one of these days, man. The third time you're on, I'm not even gonna have it.
I like that we have a short break. We haven't even started yet. You're like, let me just review these.
I gotta check it out.
Well, because it's not going well. We got to find our way
it's going
back.
Great, man.
Oh, I know it's going great. That's my point.
Yeah.
My goal when I was, anytime I would do a talk show, my goal was always to have the cards if I needed them. But if the conversation just went sideways and I could just follow that, awesome. Let's do that.
That's probably what I should do.
But I always had one question in my head that would be like, number one, like what is a question that I could ask that maybe they've never heard before? And so with Shatner, I remember being like, you started with Robert Redford, Paul Newman, but you ask kids today, they don't know who those two are, but they know you.
Yeah.
What's that like? And he was like, oh, that's really nice of you to ask. I had never really considered that. I was like, yeah, you're known for, Star Trek, but also travel websites. You have a singing career.
Yeah.
Like people know Shatner.
They do.
And not just people, kids. You haven't been on Star Trek in forever. The kids know you though. And he was like, yeah, it's amazing. I don't know how we did it. I said, yeah, longevity in your career. You beat those other two guys.
That's awesome. I mean, and it's just like getting him out of his kind of comfort zone and just giving him a compliment as well. Like, you're very well dressed, and I think you're very funny. Did I do it right?
Never heard that before.
Okay.
Jesus.
Back to the cards. I got a segment for you here.
Oh, it's a segment.
Yeah, we did a segment last time, and I think you didn't hate it. So I'll bust out a couple new ones. This one it's actually called Easy Questions.
Uh-huh.
I know you're a very smart guy. I used to be. Shouldn't be tough for you at all.
Okay.
First question.
Mount Everest.
What's the meaning of life?
I think it's be present. You were never supposed to be here. So just know that, and then you'll be gone.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. You get a short time. You get a short time to be present, look around, and that's it.
It's very true. It kind of leads into the next question of easy questions. I can't even fucking say it. Let's see here. Who is God and where's he at?
Yeah, where's he at?
Or her?
Yeah. I had a hard time with I think just very naturally in the United States, especially if you grow up in the Midwest, you're just kind of by default told that there's this Christian God. And it wasn't until like I met people who made it okay to be like, hey, you don't have to believe that. You don't have to just go along with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally okay. And I would have to practice to be like, these thoughts of like, well, why would God do that? Or, even swearing, God damn it. I would stop myself and be like, oh, but there's no God. So why would you say, God damn it? Why would you? And to like, if you just practice atheism a little bit and just day to day go, no, there's no God. There's no God. It comes pretty naturally. Comes very easy.
Okay.
And
just need a little practice.
Yeah, and you've got a ton of people out there who have a religion who think, oh, if you don't believe in a God, you're going to be a maniac and you're going to cause crime and
you're going to hell too.
You have no moral barometer, and you go, oh, well, I don't think there's a God. I think we're here by chance because of the universe, and we'll be gone. And so you should try to make the best of it, and going to jail isn't going to be the best of it.
Yeah.
So
just be nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, man. So did you go to church as a kid?
Yeah, till I was about I want to say like eight or nine,
Okay.
and then the congregation got together and decided that they didn't like the pastor
Mm.
and decided that he shouldn't lead the congregation anymore. And my parents went, yeah, fuck these people. We're never coming back here.
Huh.
And that was a strange choice because
Yeah.
you kind of go, really? That's how that's going to be? This one group of people they were wrong. So you're like, yeah, we're not actually studying the book anymore. We're not going to go listen to the word. And so Sunday morning, we started staying home. And I was like, oh, this is far superior.
Yeah.
This is really great.
Football, all kinds of stuff you can do.
We were going to do the, like church Easter play. And I was like, I would like to be the villain. I was like 7. And they're like, okay, well, then you'll be Judas. And I was like, okay. And they cast a little girl as Jesus. Because there's this very specific moment where, like, Judas kisses Jesus. Or vice versa. I can't remember how it went. But I was like, all right, first on stage kiss. Here we go.
Nice.
And they weren't going to let a little boy kiss another little boy.
Oh, of course. I mean,
not during the
No.
play, only backstage for the rehearsals. Ryan, you're going to rehearse with Father O'Grady. We're not Catholic, but he decided to volunteer to come over to teach all of you. Just the little boys, though.
Yeah, that's I went as a kid too, just because I like had to, and then it kind of just like my parents were like, well, we're not gonna go as much, and then it kind of just faded away.
Yeah.
I think they still go sometimes, but I don't know. It's a weird question. Like
People go back as they get older and they start to like worry about death.
yeah,
They also go back because they're like, oh, I don't have a social community anymore. I've talked about that with my wife constantly, that I'm like, if we were to leave Los Angeles and go live someplace else, how do you make friends when you're in your 30s,
Yeah.
40s? Like, the way it used to happen is people would go to church. They'd
Mhm.
stand up and introduce themselves and say they're new. And then the congregation would meet them. And then all of a sudden you're getting to know everybody.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely not gonna happen if you go too and you're like, I don't believe in any of this shit.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I don't know
yeah.
if we like this guy.
Ah, she's Jewish.
Yeah. We're
What
just
are you going to
hanging
do?
out.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, I don't know either, man. Like I'm pretty like nobody knows. Like I almost hope there is a God. I don't know if there is. Nobody knows. Like maybe he's up there.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not. I hope he is. Who knows? But
This is a hilarious segment. Glad you wrote it.
Yeah, I got another
Glad
one
you
for
really-
you. One to put a bow on it. Do aliens exist? The last easy question.
Well, here's the thing. For me, that question is related to the
It's
God
a little
question.
close, yeah.
Because what I believe is that there are all these billions of stars, and all this extra space out there. But I also believe that the only way humans could be here is by chance of the right proteins coming together. And that's
Mhm.
only like a 1 in billions and billions chance. But there were billions and billions of places.
Yeah.
So that means it happened here, and then it just didn't happen out there. So when everybody's like, what are the chances that it's so big and we're the only one? Arguably perfect. But it's the perfect chances. Yeah, it only happened one time out of billions and billions that life spontaneously erupted. And so that's why there's no God. We're not supposed to be here. It was a complete chance. And now you just kind of get to enjoy it till it goes away.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to think about it too. Do you think there's any kind of life on a planet a billion miles away, like just like a little frog or something?
I don't
jumping
I
around?
don't think about it because I know that if there is, it probably doesn't resemble anything we've ever imagined.
Yeah.
I mean, we still find things in the ocean where we go, what is this?
Yeah.
People are taking pictures, sending them into government agencies. What is this? It washed up on the beach. Tell us. The government's like, we have no idea.
Yeah.
So I don't bog
It's
myself down and
yeah,
trying to imagine that because I'm like, I'm just sitting here making stuff up.
It's unknowable.
Yeah.
But who knows? I think there might be something way out there, but if they haven't come here yet and we're the smartest, I don't know if that's sad or amazing.
Yeah, there's a theory that we are, an island very far away from where all the other like activity is.
Mm-hmm.
You think about like an untouched tribe of people in the Amazon.
Yeah.
We're just this untouched little tribe.
Yeah, they could
In our
like,
solar
just
system.
not want to come. They'd be like, "Oh my god, you see what they're doing down there? We don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
go there.
Right.
Sucks."
And if that's the case, great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really wishing aliens to come. It can't really
At this
go
point,
great.
At
We're
this
not
point,
usually-
like you have this fantasy that like aliens come and we're gonna like fight back and like defend our planet. And at this point, I think we're all just so kind of exhausted.
Yeah.
At this point in human history, of like technology is moving a lot faster than we can keep up with. Society is kind of degrading in a lot of different ways. People have gotten, tribalism has affected us in huge ways. So we're just kind of, aliens show up, I'm going to be like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I got out of high school and then there was September 11th and then that was my introduction to the real world. And then it's just the housing crisis, global pandemic,
Yeah. Sounds
attack
about,
on the Capitol.
Seems
Like
about
it's
right,
all
yeah.
just,
It's
all right,
it's
the
high
aliens
time
are here.
for
Great.
aliens.
I'm fine. If they knock on my door, I'll answer it. If they don't, you have my address.
What is your address?
Come
Oh, I'm just
Take it
kidding.
easy.
Sorry. Hollywood, California.
That was a good question, though. I mean, I have to say, of the entire interview, what's your address was the most like personal, probing question yet.
I'm learning.
Yeah,
Let's just see who I get on the couch.
Jimmy,
next
I
week,
gotta
but-
get you at this place where you're like, I can lean in, I can attack,
Okay.
dig.
I'm thinking. I'm getting there. Yeah, man. I don't know if you want to talk about the shows or not, but they've been good. I've been appreciate working with you, and it's
Thanks, man.
been fun.
Yeah, I think one thing that is apparent to me every single time is that I don't know what the shows were like last week or the week before. I don't know what they're going to be like next week for this club when I'm not here.
Yeah.
And when people give me these stories about so-and-so was here and there were only 35 people in the audience, I go, what? How is that possible? How were there more people for me than for them? Why are they making more money than I am? Like, how does this work?
Yeah, it's you never know here. It is there've been good crowds, and you just you never know. It's Sunday, you never know too. Sunday's historically not great, but I'm hoping for the best show of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had some fun Sundays here that have panned out just fine.
Yeah.
The one thing I did this week was I didn't bring any merchandise, and I didn't bring a camera. I didn't do any extras.
Bare bones. I like
really
it.
was like, all right, I'm gonna get on the stage. I'll talk, and then we'll get the hell off.
Yeah.
This is the first week I've worn glasses.
Okay.
No idea why. Novelty.
Did you not pack contacts?
Never wore contacts.
Okay.
Never really needed glasses. Arguably, still, it's not like I'm going to trip over my own feet on the way to the stage.
Yeah.
But I think there's just that curiosity thing where you go, I wonder how a crowd is going to respond to me.
Yeah.
You just change one thing. I've always argued that if you're a stand-up comic and you like lose this finger, it's just such a distraction that the crowd is just like watching you the whole time.
You would have to talk about it almost, because they're going to be like, well, he doesn't
Right.
have a finger.
Right. But you don't want to.
No,
because,
you wouldn't
like,
want to.
You don't get to control this. I control this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought about. I mean, maybe I need a new look. Maybe I don't need glasses, but I could do something. Thought like a Fu Manchu mustache, maybe.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I could pull it off.
Have you ever shaved your face clean and gone up?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Response different, better, worse?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but
Mhm.
Fu Manchu is a choice, though. I've done it when I've shaved from a beard to clean. Just okay, what would that look like? And I don't think it looks that bad. And my wife doesn't want me to do that, and
no.
I don't know if the crowd does. But it's
You're married.
something.
You're married?
Yeah.
You don't wear a ring or anything.
No, I sometimes
Oh
I
my
do.
God.
Yeah, sorry.
Ha. Okay.
That's why I was, we're talking about not getting pussy. I'm like, I'm married, man. I can't.
Uh-huh.
But
Well, I mean, that's one way to look at it.
yeah.
I mean, if you believe in a God.
Yeah, man. But I did. So you were helping Sean kind of sell his merch that one night. That was funny.
Oh, I was just standing there being
You're like, yeah,
yelling,
get a shirt.
buy
yeah.
one of Sean's shirts. Come on now. Get in there. Get a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird it's when you sell merch, you have to get up and you have to do a show that's like merch worthy. And like last night there were a lot of drunks in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't dislike any of them. But there were enough that I was like not really pumped that I wanted to see again.
Yeah.
So I didn't stand out in the lobby and shake hands with people, and I didn't have to.
Yeah.
But if I were trying to sell merch, I would have to stand out there and be like,
You could have a bunch of drunk T-shirt fans though too, and then you could sell
Yeah.
a lot of them, but you just
Yeah.
don't know.
Right.
You never know.
I've always wondered, like, would somebody really buy a T-shirt from a guy in a suit?
Yeah.
Like, isn't there just something mentally about that where you go, he wouldn't wear this. Why should I wear this?
Maybe you
You
could sell.
buy a T-shirt from Sean O'Brien.
yeah,
you'd
yeah.
be like, yeah, he probably wears his own T-shirts around the house.
Yeah, he's perfect T-shirt guy. Maybe you could sell suits. Just pack a couple, like really
Yeah.
high end, and then if you just offload those, that's like
Yeah.
a whole lot of shirts.
Right. It's hard to have them sized and tailored correctly. To
Yeah.
whoever comes through though.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Just get it big, and then they can get it, cinched in.
Plus,
or whatever.
nobody really wants to buy a suit if they can't really pick the details. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, you can't just like pick your lining.
That's a cool lining right there.
And well, that's because there's a lot of existential crisis happening in the world. So skulls are very popular.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you own a suit?
I got a few just from weddings. Like my buddy would get married. He's like, we won't rent them. We'll just buy one. So I got a few that way.
Great. That's just what we wanted.
Yeah. And they're not a high end suit. They
Mm.
were like probably cheaper than renting. So,
Yeah.
I've worn them like a couple times
Yeah.
after.
That's a big thing because people will often ask me, like, I've been thinking about buying a suit. And I always go, for what?
Yeah.
They go, I don't know. I just feel like it's good to have a suit. I'm like, no. If you don't know when you're going to wear it, it's going to sit in the closet
Mm-hmm.
until you outgrow it or it's no longer in fashion.
Yeah.
I have suits that aren't in fashion and I should just throw them out. And it's just hard because you're like, it's a cool one button suit.
Maybe bring that one to sell.
Yeah. Hey, this one's
See a guy that's
this-
kind of your size. Be like, hey,
pre-worn. I'm selling one suit.
Yeah.
This,
that's how you get rid of them. I don't know.
you know what, Jimmy?
I'm an idea
You
man.
might be onto something. Yeah.
All right, got another segment for you. Going back to the cards. This one's called "It's About Time." Just all hypothetical questions about time travel.
Okay.
If you could go, if you could only time travel once, would you go into the future or the past?
Yeah. Kind of a common question.
Is it?
Yeah. And difficult too, because I don't know if you realize, like, if we went back to like 12th century England where they speak English,
Mm-hmm.
we wouldn't be able to communicate with them because the way we pronounce things and hear things is so different that it's just mind boggling.
You'd just be like, kill that guy.
Yeah.
Probably.
They'd be like, why is he speaking that way? He must have a mental deficiency. You know what we do with them? We lock them up.
Yeah.
And even words that come out, like you ask somebody 20 years ago, oh yeah, you just scroll TikTok on your iPhone. That's what people are doing in the future.
That's
they go,
life now.
They
yeah.
go, I don't know what an iPhone is. I don't know what scroll TikTok means. What the fuck are you talking about?
YOLO. Do you remember YOLO? No.
And I'm not even using slang. I'm
Yeah.
using like literal common
Yeah.
words that we use every day. 20 years ago, they'd be like, okay, this guy can't even tell me. Well, it's TikTok. It's an app. It's an appetizer? No. How do you spell it? TIK, TOK? Why would you spell it that way?
Yeah.
It's a brand. So going back to England, difficult.
Yeah.
So going back in time 20 years or hundreds of years, you've just hit this like language barrier.
Mhm.
You would have to go back to a period of time in your own life in order to just grasp what's happening.
You're probably right.
Or the near future. to just kind of figure it out. Now, when I go, do I get to come back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, near future.
Near future, like 20 years ahead?
We're going to Marty McFly it.
Okay,
We're going to get the stock market numbers. We're going to get that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can't go too far ahead in the future because language will have changed.
Yeah.
And you're like, how do I find out what this thing? And there's like, what's wrong with you? Do you just snogmogler it? What did you say? Snogmogler? Yeah. What's wrong with you? You don't know what snogmogler is?
Yeah, check this guy out. He doesn't know what
Oh
snogmoggling
my
is.
God, you live in a cave?
And if you go too far, you might just be going into Terminator 2 kind of hellscape.
Yeah, wouldn't that be scary? You go ahead in the future
And you don't make it out. You can't come back.
You only go like 2 years in the future and then it's just empty and you're like, ooh, oh no.
Yeah, that's a tough one, but that's a good choice. I got another one for you here. If you could go to like one show from the past, concert, see a comedian, a play, whatever you might want to see, any kind of entertainment you could see in the past.
Huh. Yeah, that's a good question. Because there's so many big events. You think about like Woodstock and you go, but you don't want to be there.
No, it was pretty gross.
It was gross, and it was while there was like a lot of love in the air on like Woodstock 2 and 3, you know, people were hungry and dirty and you know, living in the mud.
Yeah.
Yeah, one event. That's fascinating. I don't know. I can only imagine like the hype of being around when people like watched the moon landing. Just whatever that vibe is, like the next day. To feel like you're like part of something so big like that. Have you ever been to like Pittsburgh when one of their teams wins? That city lives and dies with its sports teams.
Yeah.
Like in such a big way. And when they win, it's like the whole city is just lit up.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that would be the moon landing, but for humanity.
All
of humanity is just like, we did the unthinkable.
Yeah. And I mean, since this is not real, you could really just be on the moon in a suit and watch them land, and then you could confirm if it's real or not.
Yeah. I could be there.
That's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
If you could go back in time, what would you tell your 13-year-old self?
Hang on a second. These are the nicest chairs you could really just sink into.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm showing enough sock.
Oh.
You know, you have to... What would I tell my 13-year-old self?
Yeah.
I can only think of that line from like Young Frankenstein. You know the one?
Mm.
What are you doing in the bathroom all the time? Why don't you get out of there and give somebody else a chance? That's what Igor said his father used to tell him.
That's funny. I've seen that. I just didn't remember that line.
I would tell my 13-year-old self that, hey, it's not what you think it is. It just isn't. Almost never. And you could try to think you know what it's going to be, and you could try to, you know, rely on these philosophies that you've heard or these insistences of like, no, if you just try your best and work really hard, it's bound to work out for you. Nah, slow it down. You really have no idea what it's going to be. I think one of the worst things that happened to me in life is that I was taught very young how to play chess.
Okay.
Because the lesson was like, oh, you know where the pieces are.
Mm-hmm.
You've got an opponent. You just have to be strategic and think. And as long as you can outthink your opponent, you win. And then you learn that the real world has no real boundaries. The rules change all the time. And the pieces don't even move the way they're supposed to move. And you're like, why am I losing?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, because the rules that you thought existed, you kind of made up.
Mm-hmm.
There are no rules.
Yeah. That'd be good advice. And so with the chess thing, do you think that led to overthinking and over planning, or just kind of
I think I was pretty good at chess.
Mm-hmm.
And so I liked it. I liked that idea that there's that again.
Right on cue.
Within a closed system, I do like the idea of like sitting back and looking at it and be like, how does this work?
Yeah.
Let me figure this out. So when I moved to Hollywood, that was my instinct. I was like, all right, so let me figure this out. Who are the heads of the agencies? Who are the management companies? what are the different studios? And then while you're looking at it, trying to figure out how it all works, you've got a manager who goes, I'm not managing talent anymore. I'm going to one of the studios. I'm going to be a producer. And you go, you're going to a studio to be a producer? I thought you were a manager because you wanted to help comedians. That's not true. Oh, okay. You've got somebody who's the head of a management company. He's like, I'm going to go run HBO now. And you're like, I'm sorry, what? What does running HBO have to do with, you were a college kid, you were managing comedians, you got a little roster, and then you got absorbed by a huge management company, and then you're like, nah, I'm leaving all this behind to go run a network that's probably not going to be around that much longer.
Yeah.
And you just realize like, oh, all of you in show business are really just running around trying to get like a better job.
Trying to climb the ladder.
Where you make more money
Yeah.
for doing less things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you want. You just want more money for doing less. And every meeting I had with every, whether it was a producer or a TV network or an agent, at any point during the meeting, if I even suggested that this was some sort of collaboration where I would do work and they would do work, that would crush the meeting. But if there was any situation where it was like, you guys don't worry about it, I'll take care of it, they'd be like, we love him.
We love this guy. Yeah.
He doesn't ask us to do anything. He just sends in his 10%, 15%. He just pays us. They say that, an agent, the joke was, an agent will have a client and the client will come in and set a bag of money on the agent's desk, go up to the roof and then kill himself and jump off. And the agent will go, it's the best client I ever had. I can't believe he's gone.
Yeah, that's funny, man. That's good advice for the younger self. I think that's you can't plan anything, and just knowing that young would be good.
Yeah. And by the way, it's almost strange that we ended up doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Because mentally you think, oh, well, that's something you plan for. You do all the writing, you prepare, you work really hard. If you can just outthink the audience, then you go up and you dominate and you win. And then what happens? There's a drunk lady in the front row. She can't even control what's coming out of her mouth. You think I'm going to control that?
Yeah.
And so there's been this like arc of massive control from Ryan, and then Ryan going, well, there's no control here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to stay motivated that way.
I hear you, man. It's a fucking knife fight sometimes, for sure. If you go back in time and watch one TV show, one movie for the first time, like you'd never seen it before, what would that be?
Huh. Yeah, that was another thing about me. I never really got into television.
Okay.
I don't know. There's just something about the whole narrative structure of TV and film where I'm kind of like...
Doesn't blow you away. You know it's coming.
No, it does blow me away, but it's not something that I need to like... I wouldn't see the value in going back and seeing something for the first time.
Okay.
Unless it was like with an audience of people.
Yeah.
Kind of like the moon landing thing. Like being part of the vibe of everybody else.
Okay.
Getting involved with it. That first screening of Blazing Saddles, they say, was like really tense until like the campfire scene. And then the audience realized like, oh, this is a huge joke.
Mm-hmm.
We're not supposed to take any of this seriously.
Yeah.
They just did 15 farts in a row.
Yeah.
And then apparently the audience like started laughing at everything after that. So I'm kind of like, oh, well, I'd like to seeing as many audiences as we've seen.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd like to be part of that moment. I'd like to
That'd be
see
a
how
good
that
one.
goes.
Yeah. That's a great one.
You always like to see an audience turn.
Yeah.
I've seen it go both ways. You probably have too, where it's a great audience and then something happens on stage. Maybe it's not even you on stage, but you're going to be on later. But then all of a sudden something happens on stage and then the rest of the night the audience is just sour.
Oh, yeah.
I've also been part of those situations where the audience is garbage. And then there is like a fight in the crowd between two audience members or an audience member and a bouncer. And the police show up and they have to tackle somebody and carry them out. And it's such a unifying moment that the rest of the show is uproarious and funny.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, yeah, because you guys weren't all on the same page. You as the audience you had your own individual little tables, your own little moments of, well, I'll decide if it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And as a group, you weren't connected in any way. Now you're connected. Oh, and now magically the comedy show's great. Okay.
Do you think there's some of that, like that's why some people like crowd work? Like some audiences love crowd work. It's so much, it's out there in clips and everything. That's so much what they think it is.
Yeah.
And I don't like crowd work myself. Like sometimes you have to do it here or there.
Yeah.
But like that will sometimes hit harder than any joke that you could ever write. And they're like, keep doing that. And then you go back to a joke and they're like, oh, he's not doing crowd work anymore.
Right. It's
It's
a parlor trick.
Yeah.
There are people that do crowd work who are good at it, who argue they argue successfully that in order to do great crowd work, you do need to understand joke structure and rhythm, and you need to, pay attention and be present and do callbacks and whatever else. Like, you need to understand comedy so well that you can apply the structure in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And while I can see that argument, I also go, well, that would need to be true if the audience recognized anything about structure, but they don't.
Yeah.
I believe more in the theory. I remember talking to Jesselnick one time, and he was like, yeah, it's so amazing. Like, if somebody heckles, if you just say anything back, the audience is thrilled.
Mm-hmm.
They just love it. It doesn't
Yeah.
need to be smart, doesn't need to be clever, doesn't need to be amazing. You could say anything. As long as you talk back, the audience likes it. And as long as that is true,
Yeah.
then the first one about craft and structure, whatever else, not true.
That is true.
They
Yeah.
just it literally is almost like a magic trick for them. He's
Yeah.
talking to the crowd. He's making all this up. No, he's not.
Yeah.
These are the same questions he asked the last crowd.
Yeah.
And you just don't know that. Ian Bagg was very interesting with crowd work because I picked up really quickly that he's very in the moment. He improvises a lot, but he has these questions that, what do you do for a living is not a good question.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what the answer is going to be. But Ian will be like, so who here's been married the longest? Literally throwing the question out there, and somebody can answer. And then based on their response, somebody else can answer and prove them wrong. And Ian just gets to referee.
Yeah.
You don't even need to be in charge at that point. You just get to kind of stir the pot a little.
Uh-huh.
And I always thought that approach was amazing, that you could just kind of, instead of Q&A with one person, you're treating it as one crowd.
Yeah.
And I just delighted by that idea.
Yeah. That's I don't mind when people are good at crowd work, and it is somewhat of a skill, but I agree with a lot of what you said for sure.
It's just not, if you're
not for me.
interested in, look, if you're interested in the idea of a painter looking at a historical shipwreck and then taking his vision of what happened and putting that on a canvas that's, 18 feet tall and 16 feet wide and all these colors and these amazing details, and really like bringing the history of this thing to life in a way that nobody could have ever imagined it. And it takes 4 years to do, and the canvas weighs 6 tons because of all the heavy oil paint caked on it. And you're going to put that in a museum, and that's amazing. Like, if you're interested in all of those details, you're not going to be interested in the guy at the pier who doodles your face in a silly way, and then your wife's face in a silly way, and you're holding a hot dog and she's on a skateboard, and you're all at the beach, and hey, here we go.
Yeah.
Different things.
Yeah.
And that, for me, the doodling thing, that's crowd work.
Uh-huh.
You can't get a masterpiece from it. You could be amazing at it. You can elicit responses, certainly.
Yeah.
But it's not something you can layer upon layer and dig into and be like, look at how great this is.
Yeah.
Look at the sheer mastery.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. You can get an Instagram clip, obviously, out of a crowd work, but you can't get a chunk out of.
Well, it goes back to what we said about art and entertainment.
Yeah.
Crowd work, sharp entertainment, especially the way certain people do it. The way some people do it, they do take it to a new level in that they are so unique at it that you go, nobody can do it like that. So that in itself is kind of people confuse, uniqueness with art. I don't know if that's a fair comparison,
Mm-hmm.
but layered different levels of, if I have a joke and I tell the joke and somebody laughs, they think it's funny. Some guy does crowd work. That person laughs at the crowd work. They think it's funny. It's on the same level for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, yeah, you don't have any criteria.
Mm-hmm.
But my joke has been told 3,000 times for 3,000 different crowds in different cities all over the world. Is there any value in the fact that it works 100% of the time? And that joke that this guy did for this piece of crowd, that can never be done again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there anything of value, like creating something that is permanent versus seeing something that's unique and fleeting?
Yeah, there should be.
There should be, but how do you gauge? And the audience doesn't even know to gauge.
Yeah, and they'll say, "Oh, I remember when he said something about the guy in the Hawaiian shirt." That's what they'll say when they walk out.
Yeah,
unfortunately. But
yeah,
let's take one more quick break. Be right back to wrap things up with Brian Stout.
Here we go. Hi, everybody. You're watching Back to the Cards with Jimmy Day. Going back to the cards with Jimmy Day.
And we're back. Sitting here with Ryan Stout. We did a couple segments.
I already brought us back.
I know.
Don't cut me out.
Yeah. I just like
I'm the
saying
guest. I'm carrying this
that.
thing.
You really are. You're doing great.
This is going to maybe, I'm thinking 200 views in this episode. It's going to double the others.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. You're going to give me a bump. But yeah, I appreciate you doing it for the second time.
Of course.
I know I threw your Instagram out there. You want people to go to the website, check things out there. Where do you
look up Ryan Stout on wherever you listen to music?
There you go.
And find my stand-up albums.
3 albums.
Yeah. So Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, whatever you use, just type my name in. And if you Amazon Music, people use that sometimes.
There you go.
You could even buy the album if you wanted. That would be helpful.
Yeah, do that.
But
touche. Man in the suit. How to be an audience. See? Without the cards.
See? It wasn't even that hard, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need those.
I know. I'll burn them.
Well, keep them. Okay. Keep them next to you because you're going to tense up.
Yeah. But I'm learning stuff. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, buddy.
We'll get ready for the show. Thanks for doing it again. Thanks for listening to and/or watching Back of the Room.